What's up YouTube, Dal here from Zephyr War Games, bringing you my first return to local second place Thunder Dragon Chaos. That's right, we went back to locals, all protected to the Pit Gaming. So if you are in the area of Boreham Wood here in the UK, by all means drop by for the tournaments. It was a great way to get back into the game. I faced a lot of road decks, I placed a lot of very fun decks, and this deck took me all the way to second place. Very powerful deck, absolutely insane, and I love it. Now, the biggest issue or weakness with this deck is in the past, if Thunder Dragons bricked, you were somehow able to go, okay, cool, get Thunder on the board, Colossus, pass. Now you can't do that. When this deck bricks, it really does put its foot up your backside. When it doesn't, you can destroy it pretty much anyone. So, before we do get started, please smash the like button, hit the notification button, and subscribe so you do not miss out on any more awesome Yu-Gi-Oh! Content. With that said and done, ladies and gentlemen, let me take you through my second place Thunder Dragon Chaos. So, at today's locals, I ended up facing a very interesting range of decks. Sometimes those are more dangerous than the meta decks you prepare for. I ended up facing Danger Grenmanju, or Grenmanju Danger. Now we all know how dangerous Grenmanju is. Simply, Grenmanju, swing, game. very hard game. Game 1, he actually stomped me on that one because he ended up getting into Eater of Millions. I was like, if I can't get into my Titan, I'm in a bit of trouble. Then game 2, ended up facing against Fur Hires. Now you might say, well, Fur Hires like nothing. You haven't played this guy. This guy draws all the blooming one-offs. I'm talking game 1, he somehow gets into Dark Rule No More, Mind Control. Okay, cool. Game 2, Hornet Drones, Instant Fusion. Like, what? Anyway, won that one. Game 3, played Tenyis. Yes, Tenyis. So, for those of you that didn't know, their field spell makes all of their non-effect monsters unaffected by monster effects. Cool, so I've got to get past your field spell before I can start touching your stuff. And then you've got the big Link 4 that then can produce a clone of one of my cards, and the field spell is going to let you draw 2 when I special summon an effect monster. That sounds fun. Anyway, that went to game 3. That was the game I lost. I misplayed myself. I should have Link climbed higher, but I didn't and failed. And then my opponent went and Lanciered me when my hand was the nuts. I had White Wyvern Buster, I had Allure of Darkness, and my opponent just went Lancea. I was like, okay, guess I lose that one. And then my final round was against Plunder Patrol, and this is probably like one of the best matchups for Plunder Patrol because they're like, ooh, lights, darks. I can play Murk and Lice. So that went really well. Won that one. Thanks to one of the MVPs in the deck, and I'll show you them as well as I get to it. So that was my matches breakdown, and now let me take you through the deck breakdown. Triple Thunder Dragon Roar. Do the roar, daddy. Do the roar. So, why is Thunder Dragon Roar so good? Because if you open up Thunder Dragon Roar and the original Thunder Dragon with a Thunder Dragon Fusion, this actually gets you into Titan. Not ideal, but it is ways to get out of bricky hands. Roar is so good. This and Allure, broken. This and any way of banishing it, broken. So good. Banish it, get a monster on the board, special summon from deck. Allure of Darkness, banish this, special summon from deck, draw 2. You do not care about your allures. Then of course we've got Triple Thunder Dragon Dark, the second best. Quick effect during the end phase, ditch it, get another copy of itself. You've already put a Dark in the graveyard ready to go for the next turn. But your 9 out of 10 going to go Raw into Dark, get rid of Dark. Dark's then going to get you the add of Thunder Dragon Fusion. Your board, 9 out of 10, going second is going to be the OTK win. Going first is also going to be able to set yourself up with a Titan and a Shathos that is going to completely shut your opponent down. As long as you know what they're playing. If you don't know what they're playing, very difficult. We then got Triple Thunder Dragon. The amount of times today that I had to ditch this to add another copy, ditch this to add another copy, and then loop them all back. And then my Titan was able to go Thunder Dragon Pop, Thunder Dragon Pop. Nice. Double Hawk, 2 is more than enough. I think I actually used its effect to discard to bring back 0 times today. I actually used its effect to clean my hand 3 or 4 times. Double Thunder Dragon Matrix, another quick play that can help you trigger Titan. Triple Aloof Lupine, broken. The combo with this, banish Raw or Dark, get yourself a nice search and a nice special summon from deck. And then the Broken Engine. The Broken Engine, ladies and gentlemen, is Triple Nemesis Flag, single Nemesis, double Nemesis Corridor. Now, Nemesis Flag, broken. Corridor, broken. Target one of your banished monsters, put it back into deck, special summon it. Nice! Free extension! Corridor, target one of your banished nemesis, add it back to hand. Flag, add one nemesis monster from your deck to the hand. Guess what Shatos has in its name? Nemesis! Yeah! You search this bad boy, broken! So, let's put it this way. Allure of Darkness, banish Raw. Raw brings out Dark. Special summon Flag, putting Raw back to the deck. Link Flag and Dark into Reaper-Donkus. Dark then searches you out Thunder Dragon Fusion. You would have already searched... Oh, not that one. You would have already searched this off a Flag. Your graveyard at the base minimum right now is going to be a Thunder plus a Pyro. You get one more in that graveyard. You bring down your Shatos. You use the effect of Reaper-Donkus, make your Shatos whatever you want it to be, and shut your opponent out. Broken, nice. One thing I will mention right now is I am hugely considering cutting Corridor down to 1. It did get a little bit bricky, not gonna lie. Then moving on to our Chaos monsters as well as Thunder monsters as well. We do, of course, play the one Arch Nemesis Shados. This isn't really a Chaos monster, but it is one that requires you to banish stuff from the graveyard. And then if you're banishing your Thunder Dragons, you're going to get additional pluses from that. So, what do we like to do? Plus. That is right, and that is exactly what we do. Broken and Broken Dragon. So, Broken Black Dragon Collapse and Broken White Dragon Wyvern Buster. This plus Raw and a way to get Raw to graveyard. Broken. Banish Raw, get Dark. Link White Wyvern Buster and Dark into Reaper-Donkus, your IP Masquerina, whatever you want. Dark then gets you a search, Wyvern Buster gets you a search. You banish the Wyvern Buster, bring down your Collapse Serpent. Oh, heavenly. We then got the Thunder Dragon Duo. Technically isn't needed now that we have this bad boy. But we'll get to that in a second. Technically isn't needed, can clog it a little bit. The deck is currently sitting at 41, but you can get rid of it if you want. But it does give you another nice searchable power play monster because you add it off of course, your Thunder Dragon Dark if you wanted to. The one Chaos Dragon Levianeer, I think I resolved it once today, which is obviously as useful as it can be. Very, very good card, banishing from the graveyard. Chaos Creator, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. You have no idea how many times I actually brought back one of my Link monsters. So, by banishing, must be special summoned by banishing one light and dark monster from your graveyard. If you control this card that was special summoned from the hand, target 3 banished monsters with different names, special summon one of them. Doesn't have to go into defense, doesn't have to be any type of restriction. So, the amount of times that I made Unicorn in the game, my opponent banished it, I went, thank you, make Chaos Creator, bring back Unicorn, nice. Then use Unicorn and Chaos Creator to make Access Code Talker, and then Access Code Talker for game. And then of course, we now have the very, very playable, from £1,000 to about £30, if not a little bit less, Chaos Emperor, the Dragon of Armageddon. Never used its effect today, could have done, would have won me in time as well, but just to be able to get a free monster on the board, incredibly powerful. So for those of you who don't know, you pay 1,000 life points, then target one of your banished dragon monsters. Destroy this card, and if you do, add that monster to your hand. What does that mean? Well, that means you can add back your Black Collapse and your White Wyvern. Nice! Its monster effect is can't be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned from the hand or extra deck by banishing one light and dark monster from your graveyard. You can only special summon Chaos Emperor Dragon of Armageddon once per turn this way. Once per turn, you can pay half your life points, send as many as many cards you control as possible to the graveyard, except in the extra monster zone. And if you do, send cards your opponent controls up to the graveyard, up to the number of up to the number of your cards sent to the graveyard. Then inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each card sent to the graveyard by this card's effect. If this face-up special summon card leaves the field, put it back to the bottom of the deck. I get to search it with Chaos Space. I get to recycle it with Chaos Space. I can recycle it with its own effect. This card is beautiful. Speaking of the second MVP, Chaos Space. Would you like to search your Chaos Creator? Yeah, I would. Would you like to search your Chaos Emperor, the Dragon of Armageddon? Yeah, I would. Would you like to search your White Wyvern and Black Collapse? Or even your Chaos Dragon Levianeer? You're goddamn right I would. Love it, love it, love it. And then you want to put your Wyvern back to the bottom of the deck and draw a card? Yeah, you know I do. Triple Call by the Grave. You really want to make sure your Nemesis flag goes off. Veiler can really, really hurt. Learned that today. Lancer can really, really hurt. Learned that today. So Call by the Grave is actually very, very important in this deck. Triple Allure of Darkness. Broken draw card in a deck like this. Banish Raw. Get the summon. Nice. Double Thunder Dragon Fusion. The amount of times I actually ditched the raw to add this back to the hand was beautiful. Ditch, add, done. Great. 2 is enough. You recycle it like mad. Gold Sarcophagus. Never saw it, but is what it is. And Reasoning. Saw this twice. Resolved it twice. First one was for a Thunder Dragon Raw, and the second one was for a Thunder Dragon Matrix. Just gives me more fodder on the board, allows me to maintain a normal summon should I need to, and then you can link them off and get additional searches from it. Beautiful! Absolutely love this card. A lot of people overlook it. I think it is incredibly powerful. Now on to the extra deck. Now of course it is Thunder Dragons. We don't have Colossus, even though I'd love to have Colossus back at 1. The Thunder Corridor would be broken because you just use Thunder's Corridor's effect in hand, spin 1 back, summon it and then turn it into a Colossus, so I understand it. But they left this guy untouched. Triple Thunder Dragon Titan. Beautiful card. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Very, very powerful. It is one of your main boss monsters, but the fact that you can like combo this off with your Chaos Dragon of Armageddon, your Chaos Creator, your Levianeer, or even your big ass boss monster of Access Code Talker is absolutely insane. And if that isn't enough and you want to get game for guarantee, you go Gustav Max for additional time. I mean, just imagine Chaos Emperor Dragon, burn, and then make your way into 2 Titans somehow and go into Gustav Max. Very rare, but just as a precaution to have it there. For our Link ones, we got the Relinquished Anima and the Link Karibo. I actually stole myself a Saruja. Very, very good with this one. This one didn't use it as much. Anima is a little bit better, but this is just as versatile as well. For the generic Link 2s, we do play the 1 Reaperdonkus, the 1 Pentastag, and the 1 IP Masquerena. Pentastag, because if my opponent was warding up, I was like, I ain't taking none of that. I'm not going to go into Reaperdonkus, I'm just going to pierce through it. Doesn't really need it. Very, very rare that there's something that they put on the board that you can't deal with. But I was thinking morely for a Hoot Cake that can't be destroyed by Bow. I'd just be like, okay, I'm going to pop everything else and I'm just going to keep beating that card down. IP Masquerena is IP Masquerena. Reaperdonkus, the fact that the Ishatos does not need to destroy a card is stupidly broken. So, Reaperdonkus, I know what my opponent's playing. I'm going to turn my Shatos into anything I know my opponent's playing, and I'm going to shut them out for an entire turn without having to destroy anything. Broken. Then, of course, we do play the Nightmare package of Phoenix, Cerberus, and Unicorn. These are actually more important in this deck than any, or a deck that utilises your Access Code Talker, because you just go Phoenix, ditch, pop a back row. Cerberus, ditch, pop a special summon monster. Oh, I've got Chaos monsters in the graveyard now. Excellent. Banish 1 light, 1 dark. Cool. Bring out Nemesis Flag. Use Nemesis Flag plus Cerberus, go into Unicorn. Unicorn, ditch 1, spin 1. Bring out Black Collapse Serpent or Wyvern Buster. Cool. Use Wyvern Buster plus Unicorn, go into Access Code Talker. Access Code Talker can now banish a Fire, a Dark, an Earth from the graveyard. I have technically been able to clear up to 6 cards. This is now on 5-3. I've pretty much got game. If you want to defend the lead, you play the 1 Appaloosa, the Bow Goddess, and then you play the 1 Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos, because it's just another nice holding them off boss monster. Isn't needed if you've got access code. Yes, of course, this deck is without budget restrictions, but the idea is you are going out at full power. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is it. Absolutely it. So, going first, your goal is to get to Ishatos, knowing what your opponent is playing, and then being able to turn your Ishatos into any monster or any type with, of course, your Reaperdonkus, and shutting your opponent out for an entire turn. Then going second, the plan is by the time you've gone through all of your Thunder cards, you're going to be able to send your turn or set your turn up, your second turn up with a Titan plus Ishatos if you haven't already set him up with a Titan plus Ishatos, maybe even a second Titan, and you just go, boom, game, done, shut out, kill, shut out, kill. Then if you really, really want to, this can be very, very offensive, you can take it out as well. Or you go second. There's so many plays you can do, the amount of banishing, the amount that you can bait through as long as you've got the right cards. And then after you've done all of that and your opponent's called, right, I've exhausted all my resources, you just go, Ishatos, call the effect that you've got or the type you've got on your field, nuke your entire board, swing for 3k, pass my turn. You're not going to be able to play your core cards for the next turn. It's going to pass, you're going to set one pass back to me, and then I'm going to be able to regain my advantage. Use the effect again as long as you've got something face up. If you don't go something face up, attack it, kill it, done it. Doom, done. And that is it. This is like one of my best decks right now. Very, very powerful. Very, very cool to play. And the Chaos Emperor Dragon just makes it that bit better as well. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. And until next time, guys, as absolutely always, happy dueling. So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZWGames5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below.